and today I am with,
the host.
and today we are here for you guys to tell you about a special AEW Revolution prediction. Ooh.
That's right. The mini host and I decided to put our brains together and coexist in one quick little 15-minute video to go through the whole match card of Revolution and the buy-in, give you our predictions and our thoughts. So should we get started?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So on the buy-in, there is a women's tag team match, which you'll probably be excited about. It's our girl Thunder Rosa and Riho versus Dr. Britt Baker and Reba, I guess, depending on how she pronounces it. I'm not really sure. And it's set for the buy-in. So, as we know, Britt Baker and Reba, they've been kind of messing around in AEW lately, letting people know their thoughts and opinions on the thing. And they're like the ultimate heels right now in the women's division. And then you got Thunder Rosa, who we both know is an extremely talented young lady.
Yes.
And so is Riho. So who do you put in for your picks on this? Is it going to be the heels or the faces that take this one in the buy-in?
I think Thunder Rosa, 100%.
Thunder Rosa and Rhea?
Yeah.
Or Riho, sorry. I gotta go with Britt Baker and Reba because we both know Reba because we with Revolution Women's Wrestling we've met her a bunch of times. She's a great talent, and Britt Baker is just fire right now on the mic. She's one of the best women in the business when it comes to that, stirring up a crowd like no other. So I'm gonna go with the heels on that one. Sorry, I know it hurts your feelings that you and Dad don't agree, but that's what's happening. Then we also have this casino tag team royal match. So you've got the Dark Order, Private Party, Top Flight, Death Triangle, SoCal Uncensored, all taking part. And also representing the inner circle, we got Santana and Ortiz. So this is a tag team casino royale, like battle royale, I guess you'd say. And the winner of this is going to get a future tag team title shot at the Young Bucks or Chris Jericho and MJF. We'll get into that prediction a little bit later. But who do you see out of all these amazing tag teams? And you know, Dad's a big tag team guy. Who do you see as kind of taking this and becoming the new number one contenders for the AEW Tag Team Championships?
Ooh, that's a hard one.
It is. There's a lot of talented people. I mean, I got my pick. Do you want me to run through it again so you kind of understand who's in it?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got the Dark Order, Private Party. You know those guys. They're awesome. Top Flight. You also know those guys. They're awesome. Death Triangle, SoCal Uncensored, and representing the inner circle, Santana and Ortiz. So who do you kind of give the leg up to on this one?
Okay, since you said Private Party, I'm going to say them because I think they would have a good shot.
I like Private Party. I really, really do. But I don't know. There's just something about everything going on with the inner circle. Sammy Guevara leaving the inner circle. Jericho and MJF kind of going at the tag team titles when this is kind of Santana and Ortiz's like domain. I'm going to say Santana and Ortiz. I think Santana and Ortiz are due for it. And I would love to see kind of the rest of the inner circle implode if MJF and Jericho win the world titles later, which again, we'll get into that prediction, then to have Santana and Ortiz going at them for the titles. That's the ultimate final nail in the inner circle's coffin. That's the way I look at it, but
Yeah.
I could be wrong. Then we have another kind of tag team match. We've got Miro and Kip Sabin. Miro used to be Rusev. We know this. Versus Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor. I mean, I'm just gonna go and say Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I love Orange Cassidy. I love everything he brings to the table, and Chuck Taylor's great too. I'm not a big fan of Miro, and not oversold on all the hype of Kip Sabin. So I think we're both in agreement. Wow, look at that! 1 for 3, we agreed.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Next one, we got the face of Revolution ladder match. Now, this is for a future AEW TNT Championship title shot. As we all know, Darby Allin is the AEW TNT champion. So this match, these are the entrants we got so far. We have Scorpio Sky, Penta El Zero, Mito. Sorry, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Lance Archer, Max Caster, and TBA. Now, TBA is to be announced. Tony Khan earlier in the week when he brought in Big Show Paul Wright, they announced somebody big coming to AEW, a Hall of Famer. A lot of people are expecting it to be Brock Lesnar. He's not a Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer. Hall of Famer would be somebody like a Mick Foley, a Kurt Angle. There's also a lot of rumors that it could be Ethan Page from Impact Wrestling. There's a lot of options. I don't know. Also, Alex Shelley could be in the mix as well. We're both Impact supporters. We love the Impact roster and everything they're doing over there. I've interviewed a bunch of the Impact talent. You've also interviewed a few of them for the 5 questions. So what are your thoughts on this? Like, who do you see taking this and getting that future TNT title shot?
Ooh, I'm actually this is even harder because Like it could be somebody from WWE coming over to AEW, or it could be Ethan Page, but that'd be really cool.
So you think it's Ethan Page?
Yeah.
So you think it's Ethan Page as the to be announced or to be assigned opponent, if you will, the mystery opponent, the mystery man that's coming in?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that. I mean, again, they mentioned it's a Hall of Famer, but also we're expecting fresh young talent. So I'm not sure. Um, this one's hard for me. He promised big new signees, so I want to say. I mean, Ethan Page and or Alex Shelley seem plausible. As much as the rumblings are Brock Lesnar, I really hope it isn't Brock Lesnar, just because I was never a fan of him in WWE. Sorry, I may get a lot of heat for that. I don't care. Um, I got to say that in all of these people, I want to see somebody grow. I'm going to say the winner of this is Lance Archer, and the mystery man. I don't know, but I have a feeling, and I hope it is. I'd like to see it be Ethan Page as well, but I don't think the mystery man's going to win. But you're calling the mystery man to win.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think Lance Archer is going to win, but I think we're both in agreement that it is Ethan Page because it is possible. He didn't really have a great ousting from Impact. The way they kind of let him go with Ethan Page versus the Karate Man was kind of a joke fight. It wasn't the way he said it was filmed. He actually went on his social medias after and kind of apologized for that match. So maybe he gets a chance to redeem himself, and we get to see Ethan Page have a little bit more creative control on his character because he is dynamite on the mic and he's done a lot of work in kind of changing who he is as a wrestler.
And he's also a really good heel.
And he's also Canadian. So we got to be pro Canada.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
hopefully it's Ethan Page, but I don't see Ethan Page pulling out the win if it is. And who knows? We could be in for a surprise. It could be Kurt Angle. It could be Mick Foley. There's a lot of speculation at this point. I don't have an in. Neither does the mini host. We can't even get AEW to get back to us about interviewing some of their roster. Apparently, they don't like Canadians. I don't know. So we'll move on from that. Now we've got, this should be exciting for you. We've got Hiroku Shiata. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. If I'm not, I apologize. Versus Ryo Mizunami for the AEW Women's Championship. Now, Shida is the current champion. Riho won that AEW Women's Championship number one contenders tournament. But this is a hard one. Matsunumi has a lot of experience. She's a legend in the game. But Shiata has been a great champion for the women's division. But as we both know, as long as we've been watching AEW, the women's division is not the strongest. They've not really been putting their focus on that. And I hope this match changes that because it really should be more focused on because we are both pro women's wrestling. So who do you give to this one? Do you think Shiata retains or do you think we finally get some new blood and Mizumi takes it for the win?
I think Ryu's going to take it.
You think Rio's going to take it? Wow, that's a bold statement coming from you. Oh my God. Looks like we're in agreement. I'd like to see some new blood. I think Sheeta's done a great job of helming the division and taking it to that next step. But I think Rio is kind of going to put that stamp on it and give it that extra little, definite definition to the thing. So I think you and I are. That's 3 in a row. I think we've agreed on. No, it's not. We didn't agree on the ladder match. Okay, and then this one. I mean, this is big for you and I. This is Brian Cage and Ricky Starks versus Darby Allin and Sting in a street fight. No titles on the line. The TNT title will not be defended, but this is what's happening.
Okay, Sting and Darby Allin.
I've trained her well, ladies and gentlemen. I've trained her well. I am a Sting fan. I am a Sting freak. And she gravitated towards Sting when she was younger. Ultimate Warrior. Anybody that paints their face, I think you and I think are pretty cool. And we both love Darby Allin. And shout out to Mini Darby Allin. He follows both of us on Instagram. Check that little dude out. He's awesome. I think Darby Allin and Sting for the win. And Sting, I don't know if I think we missed that Dynamite a few weeks ago when Sting took that powerbomb from Brian Cage. He took it like a champ, but he definitely showed that sign of, man, I shouldn't step back in the ring. I hope the street fight is everything we expect it to be. Sting with a baseball bat coming out, tearing shit apart. I think this match will just be fun and entertaining. I'm not expecting anything explosive. If anything crazy's done, it'll definitely be done by Darby Allin. I see Sting taking a few bumps, but nothing huge. I mean, let's remember he's in his 50s, and we want him to continue being around for a little bit. So I don't think any big, oh my God moments are in the cards for Sting during this match. Then we got the big money match. Matt Hardy versus Adam Page. Now, the winner of this match gets the loser's 2021 first quarter earnings. So it's almost like a bonus within a bonus. Matt Hardy, we love him. We appreciate everything about him, broken, woken, whatever you want to call him. Everything with the yes and delete, all that good stuff. He's been very entertaining. But I don't know. I don't think they've utilized Adam Page to his full potential in his whole run in AEW thus far. Again, I've kind of taken a stance on this of the alcohol storyline I wasn't a fan of it. We've never had anybody personally towards us battle alcohol issues, but we know it can be a serious issue, and we know it's something that should not be mocked or made fun of. And I felt that they did that, and I felt when they try to bring personal situations into wrestling, it takes the fun away from it for me.
Yes.
And I found that storyline to be in bad taste. But I'm hoping that this may be a redeeming factor. So I'm going to give this one to Adam Page because I would actually like to see them utilize him properly and give him a decent storyline for a change. What are your thoughts?
I would agree with you, but I'm a really big Matt Hardy fan, so I'm gonna have to pick Matt Hardy.
All right, fair enough. And that's the great thing about it. We don't always have to agree, even though we're dad and daughter, and you're grounded because you didn't agree with me. Joking, joking. All right, then we got the tag team title match. The Young Bucks versus the Canadian Demigod. Even though he's not the Canadian Demigod, he's just called the Demigod. He's the Demigod, okay? Chris Jericho and MJF, the best heel in the game, hands down. Going at it for the tag team titles. Did the Young Bucks retain and keep their titles? Wow.
No.
So you're going with Jericho and MJF. So Jericho and MJF are going to rock tag team gold.
Yeah.
I like it. I predicted it later on the show or earlier on the show with the Casino Battle Royale that Ortiz and Santana would win. And therefore, we need Jericho and MJF to win so we can see the final nail in the coffin of the Inner Circle. So we're in agreement. Wow. Up top, dad and daughter uniting. And now the main event of the evening. Kenny Omega with Don Callis from Impact Wrestling, who seems to forget that he's from Impact Wrestling these days because he's walking around riding Kenny's coattails and kissing his behind, versus Jon Moxley in an exploding barbed wire death match. Now, right, but this is an exploding barbed wire death match. So this is something from Japan, things like that. You can research them on the internet. This one's going to be insane. Barbed wire wrapped TNT charges all over the ring, small explosives, and it's going to get serious. And this will probably be the most violent match in AEW's short-lived tenure that we're ever going to see north of the border. And AEW promised something like this when they first started. They promised to bring that Japanese and European and worldly flavor over and show us things that we're not accustomed to seeing too often here in North America. I'm not saying we haven't seen it. I'm saying too often. We don't see it every day. It's not an everyday thing. Whereas Japan, it's a little bit more of the norm. But this is kind of like that final stage for Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega. The feud's been happening since Don Callis helped Kenny screw John out of the title. So who do you got in this one? Like you said, you love them both. I enjoy them both. But now I got to ask you, because you've seen Kenny Omega as a heel, which he is now, running his mouth and cocky and arrogant. And I love that, Kenny Omega. But we've also seen him as a face. Mr. I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to represent. He did that with the tag team title run. He went on with Paige. Which side of Kenny do you prefer, the heel or the face? Because that may help you make your decision.
I like the heel, so oh my god. Okay, I love the heel, and I love Kenny Omega. He's an amazing wrestler, and so is Jon Moxley. It's so hard.
You got to make a decision though. You have to.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Just say it. Don't think about it. Just the first name that pops in your head. Kenny or John?
Kenny.
Kenny. So you're saying Kenny Omega retains? Yeah. Okay. I love Jon Moxley. I love that he is literally violent by design. Shameless plug. Shout out to Eric Young on Impact. But I gotta go with Jon Moxley on this one. As much as I love Kenny Omega in this first AEW title run, I don't know. You're probably right. Kenny is gonna win and he's gonna retain. But I think Jon Moxley's gonna do some crazy shit. And he's been doing crazy shit since he stepped in AEW. And I mean, there have just been some, but so has Kenny. Kenny's done some crazy shit. We all remember the battle with Joey Janela, that crazy, the mousetrap sequence. I'll never look at a mousetrap the same ever again. You know what? I think it's hard. It is hard for me too.
Just say it. Just say it. Just say it.
My heart says John, but my head says Kenny. So I got to go with my head in this one. I think Kenny Omega is going to retain. You're right. I think Kenny Omega is going to retain. I withdraw my previous prediction, and Kenny Omega retains. But I think Jon Moxley's definitely going to do some shit. Yeah. He's going to make him work for it. He's definitely going to make him work for it. So that's not bad. Our first kind of go around at something together, uniting under one banner, getting along as father and daughter. Can I get a hug?
You can get a high five.
Wow. Get a high five from my own kid. All right, guys. That's it from the host
In the mini house.
We hope you enjoy Revolution, which airs tomorrow, Sunday, March 7th at 8 p.m. Eastern. You can order on Fight or a Bleacher Report, any of that stuff. Please check it out. Support is free. We don't have any indie shows right now, so we got to put all our eggs in these amazing baskets. And I'm just a wrestling fan. So are you. We support all the promotions from MLW to Impact to AEW to WWE, all in the fold. We love all of them. We just love wrestling. New Japan Pro, we also support. We support everything. And when the indie shows start back up, you definitely know we will support because we have a whole basement here that shows that we do support of all these great and amazing indie talents and legends that we have met through our years. So please don't forget to like and subscribe. Support is free. And thank you guys so much. And we hope you enjoy Revolution tomorrow.
Peace.
Peace.
Thank you for listening. Tune in next week for another episode on Spreaker, Stitcher, Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, and iHeartRadio. Also follow us on Facebook at Straight Talk Wrestling, on Instagram at Straight Talk Wrestling, and on Twitter at _Straight Talk. And for all our merchandise, you can search us on ProWrestlingTees.com.